Namaskaram friends and students. I am your SSR Krishna. Today we are going to discuss assignment problem. So this assignment problem will be given something like this. We have few missions and few jobs. So the question is like this. There are 5 jobs to be assigned on 5 missions and associated cost matrix is given here. So these are the costs. If job A is assigned to mission 1, the cost will be 11. If job A is assigned to mission 2, cost will be 17 and something like this. Find the optimum assignment and associated cost using the assignment technique. So we have few steps to solve this problem. Step number 1, standard form. You have to check whether this matrix is standard or not. The matrix is to minimize the cost, so the assignment problem is in the standard form. So when it is minimization case, then it will be called as standard form. Balancing checking, number of columns should be equal to number of rows. So 1 2 3 4 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 5 columns, so number of rows is equal to number of columns. Step number 3, row iteration. This is an important one here. Row iteration. Select the least of each row and subtract from the corresponding row elements. Here we have 5 rows. So select the least of each row. So in this row 8 is the least. Subtract from each element, and 6 is the least in this row, and 12 is the least in this row, 17 is the least in this row, 10 is the least in this row, so that when we subtract these values we will get a revised matrix. And like that we have to conduct the column iteration also. It is also as same as the row iteration, but we have to conduct that in the columns. So revised matrix I will show you. These are the revised matrices. Row iteration matrix this, and when we conduct column iteration, so 1 is the least here, so it becomes 0, 1 minus 1 0, 3 minus 1 2, 3 minus 1 2, 4 minus 1 3, something like this. So this is row iteration, and for the same matrix we have to conduct the column iteration. This is the final revised matrix to which we have to make the allocations. Let me show you how to allocate the things. So here what we do is step number 4, allocation. Here it is an important point we should remember, that is give the preference to allocate those zeros which are only one available in the row or column. So give the preference to allocate those zeros which are only one available in a row or column. So if you see in this row we have only 1 0, so that this 0 can be allocated. So there should be only 1. And if you see here also we have only 1 0 in this row, so that we have allocated this. So once you allocate here, you see any other 0 are there in the column should be cancelled, something like this. It should be cancelled. And when it comes to this row, you have 2 zeros, so better you do not touch it. And when you come here, you have only 1 0, so that it can be allocated. And when you come here, this column you have only 1 0, so that it can be allocated, and this will be cancelled. So like this we have to allocate the boxes to the zeros. I repeat, the preference should be given to allocate those zeros which are only one available in a row or column. So like this allocation is done. Now next one is check how many allocations are done. 1 2 3 4. As the number of allocated cells is not equal to number of rows or columns. Number of rows or columns 5, but allocated cells are only 4. 1 2 3 4. So this is not optimum solution. See, D is not assigned to any mission. The job D is not assigned to any mission, so that we have to move to the other step. So that is marking. Step number 6, marking. Step number 5 is optimality criterion. Number of allocated cells is not equal to number of rows or number of columns, so that we are moving to step number 6, that is marking. Here we have 5 steps. Mark the row in which no assignment is there. So assignment is there, assignment is there, assignment is there, no assignment is there in the row D, so mark it. And now if any zeros are there in the marked row, mark that column. If you see here, we have a 0, whether it is cancelled or allocated, so 0 is there, so mark that column. So column number 3 is marked now. And step number 3, if any assigned 0 is there in the marked column, mark that row. So if you find here we have assigned 0 in column 3, so this row will be marked. So this is what marking. Now repeat it. If you find any row which is having no assignment, we have to conduct the same procedure. But here if it is over, so we are moving to step number 5. Draw a straight line on marked columns and unmarked rows. Marked columns. So this is only the marked column. Draw a straight line. And unmarked rows. This is B is unmarked row, and C is also unmarked row, and E is also unmarked row. So like this you have to make the marking. Now after marking, step number 7 we should move. So the step number 7 is revising. Why we are moving to step number 7 is the number of lines drawn on the matrix should be equal to the number of rows or columns. But here number of lines only 4, but number of rows or columns 5. So that we are moving to revising step number 7. Among the cells not covered by any line, choose the smallest element, that is key element. So here if you find this cell 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, these 8 cells are not covered by any line. So out of these 8, 2 is the least smallest element. So key element is 2 now. And now subtract it from every element not covered by any line. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. These are the 8 cells not covered by any line. So subtract these 2 from these elements. So we get 0 7 6 6 1 5 9 and 3. And next point, add it to every element covered by 2 lines, that is the intersection of 2 lines, 1 2 and 3. So it becomes 6 becomes 8, 3 becomes 5 and 2 becomes 4. Now elements will remain same which are not covered by which are covered by one line. Elements will remain same which are covered by one line. So here 2 1 5 and 3 1 and 1 4 and 1. Okay, so like this is the revised matrix. So if you find here, let me come from row E, we have only 1 0, so that it is allocated. Now D, row D, we have only 1 0, it is allocated. Next it will be cancelled. And next, so if you come here, column 7, we have only 1 0, so this 0 will be allocated, remaining zeros in the row will be cancelled. And next in the 4th row we have only 1 0 is remained, so that is allocated. And in first column you have only 1 0 remained, that is allocated. This is the optimum solution for the given problem. So job A is assigned to mission 1, cost is 11. Job B assigned to mission 4, cost 6. C mission 5, 16 rupees. Job D is assigned to mission 3, cost is 17 rupees. Job E is assigned to mission 2, cost is 10 rupees. The total is 60. So this is the optimum solution for the assignment problem. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am your SSR Krishna. Thank you.